Bistros have a rich history, and in this particular instance, the Polydor dates back to 1845. It was a favorite of the likes of Ernest Hemingway and James Joyce. It also featured in the Woody Allen film Midnight in Paris. Well, to tell us more about bistros and their cultural significance, I'm joined now by historian Laurent Bill. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Laurent.
That's my pleasure.
Let me just start by asking you, what is a bistro?
A bistro is a place where you come to meet people. It's also a place where you can come and read, spend time by yourself. It's open during the day and in the evening. It's an absolutely essential place for the city and people who live in cities, but also for people who live in the countryside. Bistros play different roles for different people.
Bistros have played a pretty important part, haven't they, in French cultural history. What would you say is the role of a bistro in the history of French culture?
I would answer with another question. What did Joyce and Hemingway come for? I think they came for two things. They immediately found here the contact with the people. Bistros are a testament to popular history. Everything is played out here, the good times, times of fear, indignation, and anger. But they also came looking for something that you find in Parisian bistros, which is fundamentally literary. The thing is, we can't tell the story of French literature without telling the story of French cafes. That's where writers would meet. Montmartre, Le Chat Noir, Le Lapin Agile are all bistros and cabarets. La Coupole near Montparnasse, Le Café de Flore near Saint-Germain-des-Prés, those are all bistros. The history of French bistros and the history of French literature are deeply linked.
What sort of a role did bistros play in France's revolution, do you think?
First and foremost, bistros are the place where we get angry. It has a certain cathartic use, and people, folks, come here to vent their indignation. But when venting is not enough, bistros are also the place where protests are organized. This is where people come to talk, come to meet. When the revolutionary sans-culottes held meetings in and around Paris, they often met in bistros.
Is there a period in French history that you would consider to have been the golden age of the French bistro?
Well, technically, the golden age of bistros was during La Belle Époque, France's golden age, before World War I. And it's probably not a coincidence, as Dominique Khalifa said recently in his book, that the golden age of France was the golden age of bistros. Back then, there were over 300,000 bistros in France, 50,000 in Paris alone, which is quite substantial. There are about 8,000 left today.
Okay, and finally, Laurent, when you walk into a bistro, you reach for the menu, what is the first thing you would typically order?
Du café? Coffee.
Du café?
Coffee or wine. I don't usually eat in bistros. I read. I read the news or I read a book, and I never eat while I read. I also wait for people, and I never eat while I wait. Also, when I was younger, a while ago, I would try to charm young women, and you can't really do that while eating some sausage and mashed potatoes.
Okay, well, cultural historian Laurent Bill, thank you very much indeed for speaking to France 24.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.